Now, so far, we've been working with fields to store our data. Fields are indeed a common option you see in other programming languages, but Python doesn't really use them this way. Instead, what they use is a virtual field called an attribute. So the standard fields, virtual fields are used for the same thing. It's just that you don't declare the field in the body of the class. You declare the field in a method like the constructor. This acts like a field. It's just that you can get rid of the code for creating the field and just leave it in the constructor. It'll automatically, invisibly create the virtual field for you. Like I said, Python does a lot of things automatically for you. So this code functions exactly the same as the last example I had up there. It's just that now the first named field has been commented out because it's using an attribute instead. When the code runs, it acts exactly the same. Give it a try. Go ahead and go back to your lab and just make a copy of that file. And delete the first name and last name fields that you had previously. We're not using them anymore. Verify that the constructor still working the same as it did. You don't even have to change anything in there. Run the code and you'll see what I mean. It runs just like it did before. So go ahead and give it a try. I'm going to go ahead and pause it and then we'll talk about it more in just a few minutes. Okay, that was pretty easy, right? So you could have just commented out or deleted it. The advantage of commenting it out is I can keep a note here. But for our needs, we don't need the note, right? You don't need the note. I just need a note for my students because you folks are all watching it. So I get rid of that. It runs exactly the same. It does have a problem though. The problem is there's nothing stopping me from putting anything I want in these variables, these virtual fields, these attributes. I can put in whatever I want. That's probably not a good thing because humans seem to have a tendency to find ways to break things. So if we try to do like concatenation, like concatenating the first name and last name, if one thing's a string and the other one's a number, an integer, as we know, we're going to get an error message. We saw that early on in the course. So what we need to do is clean this up a little bit. And that's by adding in some validation. That's our next topic. Let's see here. Do we have a lab after that? We've got a bunch of stuff in there. So I'm going to go ahead and pause, stop this video and I'll start the validation stuff. And I'll see you there.